Thank you very much, Martin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the North East Derbyshire District Council's meeting of the Cabinet. It's the 22nd of April, 2021. And with me in the room, there are various Cabinet members as well as senior officers with responsibility for some of the items on the agenda today. So we'll get started straight away. First item is apologies for absence. Alan, have we
None received, Chair.
None received. And just to record Karen Hansen's absence, and apologies for that.
Okay.
Declarations of interest. Any declarations for any members to declare? No? Okay. Minutes of the last meetings on the 28th of January and the 18th of February. Are there any matters of accuracy that anyone wishes to query? No. If not, can I have a mover and a seconder? Thank you. And seconded by Councillor Parkin. Thank you very much. All those in favour? Okay, they're approved. Thank you very much. And then we come to the item 4, which is the medium-term financial plan budget monitoring paper. So I'll hand over to Councillor Parkin just to talk us through the highlights of this paper.
Thank you very much, Chair. Right, essentially, this is a budget monitoring. So the report is to update Cabinet and the public, of course, on the current financial position of the council as during that period. So this is the third quarter's budget monitoring exercise for the general fund, the housing revenue account, and of course the capital programme. COVID-19 pandemic is inevitably having a detrimental impact on the council's financial position, and the main income is income loss from fees and charges, mainly within leisure services, but also within other services such as MOT testing and commercial waste, as demonstrated in the table at 2.1 in the report. As far as the general fund is concerned, appendices 1 and 2 summarise the general fund position, and as you'd expect, having recently reviewed the budget, there are a few variances to report in Q3, which and there is an analysis in there about the £345,000 variance. Pay budgets have begun to accrue, so they total £173,000, and there are a few variances in supplies and services as costs have swung up and down, and the main variance is in income, and this is mainly because planning fees have exceeded pre-COVID levels this year, which is excellent. Well done, planning. And as far as the HRA is concerned, Appendix 3 provides the details for that. There are very few variances to note on the HRA, and it's fair to say that the HRA has remained stable throughout the pandemic from a financial perspective. The capital programme is summarised in Appendix 4, and details of the capital expenditure incurred on a scheme-by-scheme basis. Pausing the capital programme earlier in the year, 2020, has limited the amount of capital works during the first half of the year, so things are relative. Quarter three. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my comments. I think, are there any questions on that?
Okay, thanks, Councillor Parkin. Jane Dethick, is there anything to add to what Paul said?
No, thank you, Chair. Only to say that it's obviously going to be superseded by outturn in the coming weeks. I think this report's been somewhat delayed because of unscheduled cancellations, so it is a little bit untimely. But we will be bringing the outturn report very soon, next month or so, hopefully.
Okay, thanks, Jane. Any questions then or comments on the report? If not, Councillor Parkin, are you happy to move the recommendations?
Sure, I'll move the recommendation in 6.1, which is about the Cabinet noting the budget monitoring position as outlined in this report and its appendices.
Okay, thanks for that. I'm happy to second. And all those in favour? Brilliant, thank you very much. And then the next item is the performance monitoring report. So I'm going to hand over to Kath Drury to just talk us through the key highlights of this paper, if that's okay, Kath. Are you just on mute, Kath?
Right, okay, I'm with you now. Similar to Jane, this report's a little bit out of time as well, with it being for Q3, so it's covering the period October to December, and we are currently just starting to report on Q4, so there will be a report coming to Cabinet soon regarding Q4 updates. So covering this report then, you can see on the summary page that 45 of the targets are on track, so that's 61%. Which is good. 21 targets remain affected by COVID, and they're the similar suite of targets that we've been reporting on. So the ones that are clearly affected by COVID, such as leisure attendances and anything that requires face-to-face intervention. So obviously those targets remain affected until the restrictions start to lift. A couple of targets have been achieved this time, and we've got a couple that are overdue, and I'll just cover those under the aims further in the report. So under the economy aim, the target that was overdue is Eco 20, and that's review resources to ensure tourism is a focus of the economic development team. I'm aware that report's coming to the next Cabinet meeting, so this should be signed off at that point. It's obviously been delayed with the other restructures in this area, so that's now progressing and will be done and dusted very soon. And under the environment one, and target number 5, as we've been reporting for a while, and as members are aware, planning enforcement's had particular difficulties this year with not having enough resource. So they've not done the proactive exercises that they would like to do. I know the planning manager has got some things in mind once he's got the resource in place, and I think the enforcement manager is due to start in July. But obviously they are doing proactive planning enforcement work when things come to their attention through members or the public. So they are obviously doing some level of enforcement, but they're not doing exercises that they want to initiate themselves. So hopefully that'll start to pick up in the next financial year when the resource is in place. And there's a few more there that have been achieved this time. And the same under residents, another one that's been achieved, so that's been signed off. And then under services, the one that's overdue there is review the council's petition scheme by full council last year, and that's going to be rolled forward to this year's work, and I've sought an extension from Sarah Sternberg. So we'll put that forward to extend this target at the next Cabinet meeting. So there's been work on that and discussions behind the scenes, and now we've got a firmer footing for that target going forward. So not overall quite a decent picture. There's lots of activity going forward, and all the details in the appendix where the full listing of the council targets are there.
Okay, thanks. Any comments or questions from any Cabinet members then? No? I'll happily move the report then. Are there any, is there a seconder? Charlotte, thank you. Councillor Cupit. All those in favour? Okay, thanks very much. And then we come to the biggie, which is the growth strategy. So I'll hand over to Councillor Rennick just to talk us through this one.
So thank you, Chair. Obviously, North East Derbyshire District Council Plan show the importance of economic growth strategy for the well-being and prosperity of the district. And as you know, we've been working on this for over 12 months. And of course, the pandemic came and we decided to switch to a recovery plan. We've been working through that. So now we've had opportunity now to refine the growth plan. It's still in draft format, I have to say, because we still have the assets and investment strategy to add to this. which talks a little bit about our assets, how we manage those, and indeed industrial retail units that we also manage. And the paper you've got probably isn't the latest paper, but we have, rather than the vision and sort of on offer, that North East Derbyshire is a business-friendly district where businesses are nurtured to grow and thrive. And this council and its partners will endeavour to provide guidance, assistance, and facilities support these businesses. And as for the actual growth strategy itself, you know, we very much aligned to the government's industrial strategy of building a Britain fit for the future. This is the white paper that sets out the government's plan for transforming the economy and bringing about new growth. And there's 5 foundations in the government's white paper, and that's centred around ideas, being innovative, people, you know, good jobs and earning power for all, which fits into the skills agenda. Infrastructure, you know, major upgrade to our infrastructure, physical and digital. The business environment being the best place to start and grow a business, and you know, we need to sell the benefits of having a business in North East Derbyshire District Council area. And places, prosperous communities across our district, which is the sort of place regeneration that we're also involved with in the TIP. And there's also grand challenges set by the government, which puts a nod into the data economy, digital economy, to clean growth, making sure we maximise the advantages for the UK and for our district from a global shift to clean growth, and also future of mobility in an ageing society. So with that in mind, the priority areas for the growth strategy for the district is business support and engagement, it's employment and skills. We've already seen the skills paper come to this cabinet, which is being signed off, as well as the visitor economy strategy. Town centre regeneration, as you know, we've been very fortunate to have been awarded £24 million from the government in terms of the town investment, and that's a huge coup for this district. We're open for business, and that's obviously centre stage as part of our growth strategy. And of course, we want to do more for the rest of the towns and high streets in our district. We also have an inward investment to tackle that will come about particularly around the Claycross investment plan, because obviously we need to garner as much support and capital and investment from outside sources. We have a major sites development plan coming forward soon in terms of the sites that we've already got, some that we're working on already, some that might need a relook at. And then also we've got, you know, we are living in a rural agricultural economy. With Brexit, we do need to make sure we support all areas of our district. So with these in place, we also need to make sure that there's 3 cross-cutting themes. And that's the use of low carbon technology, it's the increased development of digital solutions, and equality and diversity, so making sure that our growth plan for this district includes all. So whilst we've, this is a draft, there will, obviously there's a lot of the action points in. If you go to the end of the report, there's a list of all the actual actions. Some of them are well underway, some are about to start. But I just wanted to update the Cabinet, and I will be updating full council on Monday. And really just to, I'd like to move the recommendations that you note the contents of this report and the growth strategy, and also that there's some delegated authority given to me and to our Director of Growth and Economic Development, just to refine it as and when the assets and investment strategy comes in line, and other little areas that we're working on to make this document complete. Any questions?
Okay, thanks, Carolyn. Any other comments or questions from Cabinet members? Councillor Parkin, do you want to come in?
Yeah, thank you. I can see a lot of work's into this, Cabinet, and I would like to congratulate you on the output, albeit draft. I think I'm looking forward to the time when it all comes together in one cohesive paper, and we can move forward with it. Thank you.
Thank you, and yes, absolutely. Thanks to all our officers. We're a small team, and actually a lot of work's been produced, as you know, from the recovery plan. You know, we have some 40-odd projects ongoing, and this is the product of some of these coming together now, and a vision and an ambition to do more to make sure that, you know, this is a good, friendly district business place. And I think with the assets and investment strategy added to this, and a bit of help from finance, we'll have a good case making. We're making the case for being one of the best places in Derbyshire to start and grow a business. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thanks, Councillor Rennick. Yeah, just to echo what Councillor Parkin said, obviously thank you to all the team and the staff who've worked so hard on this. Just to highlight as well, I think that it's been through growth scrutiny and has had sort of pretty universal praise from across the board, which is very, very pleasing. Obviously, as you said, there's some other documents that sit behind it or underneath it, and some more to come as well. So look forward to seeing how it develops over a period of time. But from my perspective, it's really pleasing to see that it covers such a broad range in terms of the economy in North East Derbyshire. I know previous growth strategies that the district have largely basically been housing growth strategies, not growth strategies. So I think it's really pleasing to see that we've got a broader range and a proper plan to how we want to grow the local economy in North East Derbyshire. So very pleased to see it. I'm assuming you've proposed it, Caroline, so I'll second and move to the vote. So all those in favour? Okay, thank you for that. That's carried. And then we come to item 7, which is urgent items, and there are none. And then item 8 is the exclusion of the public. So thank you to everyone who's joined us, and look forward to hopefully seeing you soon. But at this stage, I will move that the public be excluded from the meeting during the discussion of the following items of business to avoid the disclosure to them of exempt information as defined in Part 1 of Schedule 12A to the Local Government Act 1972, as amended by the Local Government Access to Information Variation Order 2006. Thank you very much. If we can end the live stream.